Hey everyone, the Dark Knaik is here. At some point place, but not in Wisconsin. I am the Jedi of Jeddah. 16 years. 16 years after the events that wrapped in that 70s show, the House of the Formans become lively in the summer of 1995 when Leia Forman arrives to spend time with her grandparents and soon joins a group of teenagers. That 90s show is a spin-off of that 70s show with Kurtwood Smith and Debra Rupp as cantankerous Red and super cheering Kitty Forman returning as one of television history's most beloved parents ever. The aesthetics are the same, and the fans of that 70s show will be excited to get into the skin of the spin-off so easily. The nostalgia is still there and is still vibrant. Red Forman has gone a little soft by a tiny little percent, but that is understood as the character goes older. If anyone notices, he begins to hold a stick in the second half of the season. But Kitty hasn't aged. Debra Rupp has not aged at all. What is this woman? She still is someone where the heart melts for the elders. The Formans are still a joy to watch. I wish if Betty White would have returned as Kitty's mother. She sadly passed away a few months after the announcement of this show. The old batch of young rebels that starred Topher Grace as Eric, Ashton Kutcher as Michael, Mila Kunis as Jackie, Laura Prepon as Donna, Danny Masterson as Steven, and Wilmer Valderrama as Fez shows up as cameos. Besides Danny Masterson. I'm sorry, my apologies. Please do not unsubscribe. So it was quite understood that they will show up as cameos because they do not have much favor to do with this script. Maybe it is surprising that the reunion of this old group didn't happen. But perhaps it is better to keep it for the future and let the audience settle into the second season of the show. Who knows? Maybe Danny Masterson as Stephen Hyde shows up and we happen to see a complete reunion of this old batch of rebels. If, of course, if his name is cleared, as Danny is hit with heavy sexual assault allegations that has finished his career to date. But the rest of the old friends were fun to watch, especially Eric Forman. The father-son chemistry just never fades at all. Right, coming to the new batch of teenagers. At first, I wasn't confident about this new batch. How far will they take the show to convince the audience in a new phase of fashion, music, and humor? Plus, the show is run by Netflix, so that began to indicate whether the political messages are going to ruin the show. See, the Netflix element is there, and it is quite obvious, and we all know that the new batch will never ever be able to replace the old batch, which was everyone's favorite and will always be favorite. I felt the makers remade the nostalgia in the new band. The theme, the personifications, and the references were all there, and I'm totally okay with it. But settling for the new band to act the very way as the older ones, that lacks originality. Nate and Nikki are the new Michael and Jackie. Ozzy is the new Steven. Jay is the new Fez. And I must praise the selection of Jay. Jay is Michael and Jackie's son, Jay Kelso, and it looks so accurate. At first I thought if the actor who plays Jay Kelso is actually the son of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, but that's not the case. And this Kelso is smarter than his father. And speaking of the Kelsos, Michael and Jackie are remarried. If I'm not wrong, Jackie was with Fez in the series finale. I have forgotten if Jackie went back to Michael in the finale or what. In any case, I'm really hoping that we are going to see Jackie and Fez in the coming seasons. Ozzy represents the queer community and he is gay. And I think it was a good idea to address this complicated silence of that group of the teenagers who were living in the 1990s in the US, who were overthinking to coming out. It was never easy for the kids to show their parents and friends who they were. And it is still not easy for sure, but I think Ozzy's character went in the right direction. Isn't that funny that Eric and Donna named their daughter Leia? Knowing the fact that Eric is lifetime lover of Star Wars and naming her Leia looked so naturally funny. They must have added a character of her brother and named him Luke. And Leia is the new Eric, awkward and nerd. If the use of humor of this group falls apart, remember this is a teenage comedy and we are older now. We cannot expect from them to build the same ambience as the oldies did. It is plain stupid, plain stupid if anyone is going to compare this with the original. But one thing is for sure, that in order to run the follow-up in the right direction, this show does not disappoint at all. It is not at all trash. Even if you do not like it, at least you are going to agree that this season is way better. It's a lot better than that last season. That 90s show is funny, it's enjoyable, and it will make the audience wait for the second season. I'm Samir.